to the class, children. I am your science teacher and my name is Mrs. Jyoti. So we are in lesson number 7. Okay, that is lesson number 4, that is motion and time. So little portion of the lesson we have completed. We have discussed about the movement. Motion is nothing but movement, and then regarding the time also we are going to learn. And keep your textbook ready. Open page number 30. Take out page number 30 and be ready. So uniform and non-uniform motion. Okay. So in this we are going to learn about what is uniform and what is non-uniform motion. A body is said to be in motion if its position keeps on changing with time, with respect on the observer. But in our daily life we experience certain motion in which the change in position of object remains the same of a time interval. In some other motion, the change in position of an object will not be the same for a given time interval. Imagine the movement of hands in a wall clock and the movement of a butterfly in a garden. In these two cases, hands of wall clock and the butterfly are in motion. They change their positions with their time. So here we are going to learn about uniform motion and non-uniform motion. So if there is a movement in a particular thing, then we call it as motion. Like I am moving like this, then it is called as motion. So motion is nothing but, we already discussed, it is movement. Now what is uniform? Uniform is nothing but same. If you take a frog, okay, if you take a frog and here is an insect. So it wants to go and eat the insect. Okay, so it's going to hop like this. Yes, it's going to hop. So see the distance here. The distance is same. Yes, the distance is same. So such type of movement we call it as uniform movement. We call it as uniform movement. That is, everything is equal here. Each and every hop of a frog is equal. Now in the second case, again a frog going to eat an insect. One jump little big, another jump little small, and again little big. So here the hopping of the frog is uneven. It is uneven. One is big and one is small, and again it is not too big and not too small compared to the remaining hops. Yes. So here it is non-uniform. Here we can tell that it is in non-uniform motion. So here it is uniform motion and here it is non-uniform motion. Now in the textbook there is an example. A butterfly moving around a flower. From one flower to the other flower. If you take a plant here, like one flower may be here, another may be beside that, another may be little far. So butterfly is moving onto the flowers to take the nectar. So from here, then here, then here. So if you see here, the movement is uneven. The movement is uneven. So here we can tell that it is a non-uniform motion. It is a non-uniform motion. And if you take a wall clock, so if you take 3 hours, it will move from 12 to 3. Same distance. Again for next 3 hours, again from 3 to 6. So the distance travelled by the shorthand is same everywhere. For every 3 hours it is same. Another example, if you take a pendulum clock. Okay, you know pendulum clock. It has a long hand. So begin this way. A clock. And this pendulum is going to be like this. So whenever, like if it is 12 o'clock, 12 times it's going to move, or it's going to ring the bell. And whenever it's 3 o'clock, 3 times it's going to move. And 4 o'clock, 4 times it's going to ring the bell. So here the pendulum is going to move. Okay, to and fro. This movement we call it as to and fro. To and fro. Even the swing also. Swing also, it's going to give a to and fro movement. It's going to give to and fro movement. So in the same way, pendulum also it's going to give the to and fro movement. In this way it's going to move. So here this movement is also uniform, and in the swing also it is uniform motion. It's going to move in the same direction, and like the time taken is same. So it won't be one is a little big and one it won't be smaller distance. Okay, so this is about uniform and non-uniform motion. Next, what difference do you find in the movement of the hands of a clock and the body of butterfly? In which case is the change of position with time constant? We observe that in case of the wall clock, change in position of minute hand is the same for every minute. How do we know that measuring the angle between two positions, the minute hand is the way? But in the case of a butterfly, the change of its position is not constant, while it is flying from one flower to the another flower. So how can we tell that the motion is not uniform and the motion is uniform? If you take in case of a wall clock, okay, in a wall clock, whenever the hour's hand is moving or minutes hand is moving, like if it is here and now it's here, we are going to measure the angle in case of a wall clock. Then how we are going to measure in case of a butterfly and flower? The distance between one flower to another flower. We are going to measure the distance between one flower to another flower. See here the distance is very less and here it is more. Yes, so with this we are going to we are able to tell that it is a uniform motion or a non-uniform motion. Then let us do 3. Observing time and distance values. So here is an exercise like a distance travelled by 2 cars. That is 2 tables are given. Pink colored table is car A and green colored table is car B. So under car A and car B. So what is the difference between the time in seconds? So here is time in seconds. So 10 seconds gap is there. It is 0, then 10, then 20, 30, 40. Here also 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, and next one 50 like that. So if you observe the distance travelled by car A, for 0 seconds it has travelled 0 meters. And for 10 seconds, it has travelled 150 meters. For 20 seconds, the difference between 10 to 20 is 10. Again, 20 to 30 is 10. 30 to 40 is 10. So, near 20 seconds, it has travelled 300 meters. Near 30 seconds, it travelled 450 meters. And then here, 600 meters. Now, if you see the difference here it is 150, here again it is 150, here it is 150 meters, and here it is 150 meters. So here for every 10 seconds the car is going to move for 150 meters. It's going to move 150 meters. That is every 10 seconds 150 meters. Every 10 seconds it's moving 150 meters. And if you observe in the case of car B, so here 0 to 10 seconds again it's 10 seconds. Every 10 seconds we are going to observe and note down. So for 0 seconds it is 0 meters. Then for 10 seconds it is 50 meters. And for 20 seconds it is 90 meters. Then here it is 180. Then the last one is 230. Okay. Now see the difference here. So from here to here it is 50 meters, and from 50 to 90 it is 40 meters. Yes, subtraction I am going to do. Then here to here it is 90 meters, and here to here it is 50 meters. Okay, so this is the difference for every 10 seconds. Now if you observe in the car A, every 10 seconds it's moving exactly 150 meters. And if you observe in car B, every 10 seconds it's moving, like in first 10 seconds it moved for 50 meters, second 10 seconds it moved for 40, then next 10 for 90 meters, next 10 for 50 meters. So here you can see uneven, 50, 40, 90, 50. Here it is uneven, or we can tell it is non-uniform. We can tell it is non-uniform, and here it is uniform. Understood now? Yes. So look at the table there. Car A, car B, and below there are some questions. See, which car has travelled equal distance in equal time of intervals? It is car A. Which car has travelled unequal distance in equal intervals of time? It is car B. Obviously, we notice that car A, the change of position in every 10 seconds is 150 meters. But for car B, the change of position is not constant. Constant is nothing but it is not same. For the first 10 seconds it is 50 meters, for second 10 seconds it is 40 meters, for third 10 seconds it is 90 meters, and for the fourth 10 seconds it is 50 meters. Thus, motion of car A is uniform and motion of car B is non-uniform or uneven motion. Page number 31. If a body covers equal distance in equal time, intervals of time, it is said to be in uniform motion. If a body covers an equal distance in equal interval of time, then we call it as non-uniform motion. Just now we have done in the case of car A and car B. Now let us do the next one. Identify uniform and non-uniform motion. So here there are some movements. I am reading the first one. Movements of hand of a clock. Yes, it is uniform. So if it is uniform, you should write U. If it is non-uniform, then you should write NU. A boy cycling in a crowded place. So a boy bicycling in a crowded place. There also the movement will be uneven. So NU. Movement of a house plant. It is also NU. Sometimes it moves very fast and sometimes it's slow. The fan in an air cooler running at a fixed speed. It is uniform. The train entering into a railway station. So whenever the train is entering into a railway station, the speed is reduced. So there also you can see uneven. So non-uniform. And sixth one, kite in the air. So kite in the air is also NU. And seventh one, rotation of the earth. So rotation of the earth is also same. So you can write U. So these are the answers. So first one, fourth one and seventh one are U and remaining all are NU. Types of motion. So how many types of motions are there? Let us see. When we discuss about motion, it's very important to be aware that there exist different types of motions and each type is dependent on a particular situation. So let us consider the following examples. So just observe the following situations here. A car traveling in a straight road. So whenever there is a straight road, the person in the car, they travel at a uniform speed. Then motion of blades of a ceiling fan. So how a fan moves in rotatory position. Then motion of needle in a running sewing machine. So a needle which is attached to a running sewing machine, it will move up and down. Then motion of a pendulum clock on a old wall clock. It will give to and fro movement like this. Just now I told you. and if you see the needle position, it is up and down, up and down. Then a car moving in a straight road will be in this way. Then a ceiling of the fan. So the fan is going to move in a circular path. Okay, so these are the different movements. If you see, it is in straight line, it is in circular position, and here the pendulum to and fro, and needle up and down. Considering the direction of movement, what differences do you notice in the above examples? So these are the differences which we have noticed. The motion in the above example are different in terms of direction of movement. The car is moving in same direction in the straight line. Then blades of a ceiling fan rotate about in a circular path. So this is the fan movement. The needle of a sewing machine moves up and down about in a fixed point. So here is the movement of the needle. Then pendulum of the wall clock oscillates to and fro about in a fixed point. So this is the movement of a pendulum clock. I said to and fro movement. It is to fro movement. So based on the path taken by the bodies in motion, we classify them into three main types: translatory, rotatory and oscillatory. We differentiate them into translatory, rotatory and oscillatory. Now if you see here translatory motion, the first one is translatory motion. Now in the textbook you can see the bus is near the traffic light, and then in the second picture it is near the tree. The bus moved from point A to point B in certain interval of time. Think and answer. Do all the parts of the bus like wheels, headlights, windows move along from point A to point B? Yes, along with the bus, the remaining parts of the body of the bus, they also move. Is the direction of the motion of bus a straight line or a curved line? So how the bus is traveling? Did it travel in a curved line or straight line? It traveled in a straight line. So you take a pencil and note down the answers over there. Can you give some more examples of motion in which all points of the moving body move in same direction as that of the body? So along with the body, the remaining parts also should move. If you take a pendulum clock, only the pendulum is going to move but not the clock. So don't take such kind of examples. So take a bus like this. So along with the bus, the remaining parts of the bus are also going to move. So note down here, soldiers marching in a parade. So do they move in a straight line or curved line? This you have to do it as a homework. So do page number 32 table as homework from the textbook. So here you can see soldiers marching in a parade. They move in a straight line. So give a tick near the straight line. Car taking a turn on a road. So car taking a turn. They take a turn in a curved line. Then stone dropped from a height. So from the top of the building, if you drop a stone, will it move in a snake line or will it drop straight? So that you have to write. Running race along a road. So if there is a running race along the road, how it will be? Then running race along a track on the ground. So if there is a playground like this, so they give lines. There will be a track. So how it's going to be? Then movement of a bicycle on a road. How the movement of bicycle is going to be on a road? They did not mention here straight line. So it may be a curved or straight line. Yes, so this is the homework which you have to do. Then remaining part we are going to see in the next session. Hope you all understood. Do the homework. Meet in the next session. Thank you.